guys, welcome back to the channel, guys. We're going to be taking a look at all Libra signs out there, guys. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest for who it's for. If it's not your story, do not try and get bit. I'm just going to clean the air. Okay. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little disruption, but we're gonna get started now. I've already blessed the reading. Let's just go ahead and see what's going on with our Libra signs out there. Let's see, Libra. For some reason, Libra. Okay, so your crown chakra, you have gnomes in reverse. You have power as your challenge. In your east, you have security. Okay. 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 Oh, wow. Okay. I thought it was blocked for a second. All right. Bottom of the deck, you have respect. The blue word. It's respect, survival, liberation, and freedom. It's in reverse. Numbers on the board: 5 in reverse, 3, 3, 3, and 21. So time to take action. You're being pushed, motivated to move forward right now, Libra. Your challenge is the number 21, which is getting help in order to accomplish something here, to initiate something. Your mind, due to a lot of obstacles and unfriendly faces. We're going to clarify that in a little bit here. But I'm seeing overall, like, even though you're going through this in your mind, like, you might be in your head of your surroundings and these challenges that you're up against and having to find help in order to overcome this. but I'm seeing you working towards like having more security in your life. This could be money, business, a home, stability, more friendship. But you're doing this in a way that you're trying to keep everything kind of low key as you expand. You don't want to let your left hand know what your right hand is doing in that sense, you know. Stability is your overall energy. And with the opening circle being present in your West Tower, which talks about things coming together, the completion of a cycle or a task that you're trying to accomplish here. This is basically the glory hand and coming up a blessing in your life by spirit, by accomplish in a hostile environment. What I'm saying is that you're actually having the puzzles be put together by spirit guiding you. It's almost like he's gently opening up doors to help you move forward, to help you reach where it is you're trying to go, where he needs you to go. You might be seeing 333 a lot lately, which is not uncommon in this energy when there's a lot of movement and motion. You might also be seeing fives. Fives represent changes, glitches that are happening inside of like our environments in a sense. Bottom deck, you have number 24, it's in God. That's what I'm seeing here. With this of feeling blocked and like you're running into obstacles, like I said earlier, I'm getting it with both cards here, especially with the gnomes being present. And a lot of you're dealing with people. I don't know if you noticed there's more than one person here. It's almost like giving a community type of feel. So you might be feeling pushback from community members, from family members, from friends, from childhood community members, from family members, from friends, from childhood friends, is what I'm getting here. I want to clarify a little bit more with this energy that we're getting for you. So we're going to start the crown chakra. So, guys, just energies that are still with us to this time, which is bringing the peak of people's emotions to the surface, and Pluto to handling situations. And with Pluto being retrograde in that energy, all I can say is pay. But whatever it is that happens, remember that this is God's clock. So instead of resisting so much of these changes, it's better to go with the flow and let God do what he has in our lives to do in terms of his purpose and in regards to moving things out of our lives that no longer serve us and bringing new things in. So let's see. Notes. So the gnomes is clarified by change. The chameleon in reverse. I cannot make this up, guys. Look, I'm telling you, you guys are seeing a lot of threes. This is in reverse right now, but look, 3 3 3 3 3. There's a lot of threes going on here, but with being in reverse, and it's representing change with the number 3 3 on it. Like I mentioned before, stagnancy. There's a lot of blockages here, and it's coming from people. This could be people that are stuck in the past, unable to move past a certain mindset, unable to move past a certain projection of their reality that they're become comfortable in. So where change is happening, people are going to try to resist. It's almost like your body be introduced to a new kind of like, I don't want to use virus. Let's look at inoculation in a sense. So when that happens, some cells are going to try and fight back because they don't want to be amplified, and others won't resist. They're going to naturally adapt to the environment. So the people that you're dealing with that are kind of like holding on, they're holding on to something because it's very difficult for them to accept change. It's very difficult for them to picture their reality changing. So they're holding on to things that's already passing away. And it's almost like futile because at the end of the day, they can't really control what's happening in their environment or outside of themselves. They can only control whether or not they're adaptable to it. And these cells will either start to fall away, they're going to eventually give in and change and adapt to the changing reality that is becoming their norm. But that's the challenges that I'm seeing here for you. Bottom of the deck, you have reciprocity, bee energy, honeybee energy. Really talking about giving and receiving, being equal, honoring balance in life, being fair. And what I'm seeing, especially in regards to this, like it's almost like you're people who don't want to have to be in a position of accountability or being in a position where fairness is the new norm. Like we've entered a world since this millennial shift into a reality where selfishness has become so normal that it's the new trend. It's the new pop and locking kind of reality where being selfish, being all about yourself is basically the in at this time. But what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're selfish or self-centered is that you're only filling your pot. So you're taking, and then after you've used what you've taken and you've already drained what it is you've been taking from, you have nothing left at the end of the day. So this is where we get back into that equal give and take, where I feed you, you feed me, nobody goes hungry, because we're constantly exchanging hands in that sense. So a lot of people have kind of like walked away from the understanding of how to have stability based off of balancing equal give and take. And that's basically lead to a lot of downfalls. But it's going to teach very harsh lessons in terms of remembering why God was teaching his children to be in such a way. You have songs in reverse with orchid here. There's a lot of, yeah, I see you trying to ignore this energy right now. Like you don't want to pay attention to it. You don't want to listen to it. Reciprocity is still here. You're trying to block this out so that you can rest and be comfortable. And right after that, I see protection. With Leo energy here, this number is 21. Yeah, you're being supported in whatever initiation you're trying to move forward. And although you're under so much stress, I see you trying to kind of like calm yourself and block out this energy and allow spirit to protect you as you go through it. And I said that literally at the beginning of this video. Let's look at your challenge, which is power at the time. Remember that old proverb about building your house on solid ground, not on soft sand. A lot of lower frequency energy. Remember the 7 sins: greed, lust, gluttony, envy, wrath. It's all weak sand. It's all sand that you're building platforms on, which is why the consequence of it is sin, meaning that it does not last. It leads to destitution. It leads to things falling apart. It may not happen right away. It may happen more over time. The longer you're in that energy, the worse off the results are, which is why spirit talks so much about the seeds that we plant in this life, planting seeds that are healthy, that are good, that are nourishing, and reaping the fruit of such things. If you're planting seeds of wickedness, then the result is that, and the more of it that you plant, the worse the bounce back of that seed that you've planted is going to be, the worst of the harvest. So you have to be very mindful of how you're projecting your energy, how you're handling situations, how you're even handling people, and most of all, how you're handling the grace of God once it's given to you. So let's see. Power for Libra. You have willpower in reverse with Tiger here. Okay, so the challenge here, oh, Libra, honey. Okay, sweetheart. Okay, the challenge for you right now is finding the strength to hold back, okay? Like, I see this need to give and everything like that, but I almost get this sense like you're trying to restore your energy from having depleted yourself from giving so much to other people, trying to be fair to people who weren't being fair to you. And whatever humble situation that may have been, whether it be you having enough to be fair and giving everything that you have, or having very little and trying to be fair even though you had very little. But I see you kind of like trying to pull your energy back so that you can find the strength to kind of like do that all over again, even in hostile environments where you're dealing with people that are operating quite the opposite of you. So let's see what we have at the bottom. Yeah, moderation. You're pacing yourself right now, Libra, taking your time, homing your own energy, not trying to overdo things, not trying to burn yourself out. Because remember, when you burn yourself out to the point where you're so emotionally exhausted, so physically exhausted, just think about how you get when you're hungry, because your body isn't the only thing that gets hungry. Your mind gets hungry, your heart gets hungry, your spirit gets hungry. When you're hungry, you get grumpy, you get agitated, you get annoyed, and it's almost like losing control of yourself, because it's kind of like a feeling that takes over in a little bit, and you don't even realize that you're being so grumpy. It's just like, oh my god, I'm hungry, I've been hungry for so long, and it becomes irritating to the point that you just start lashing out or being grumpy or agitated in some way. And remember that when you're hungry spiritually, you have to feed your spirit. And you do not feed your spirit by going to people. You have to go within, because the kingdom of God is within you, which means that the spirit of God is in you. That's what he gave us when he breathed breath of life inside of us. It was the breath of life that gave us the Holy Spirit to live inside of us in the first place. The problem is that a lot of people forgot that. Some of us remember it, and the rest of them simply reject it. So for those of you that know this, it's time for you to spend time with God, to spend time feeding your spirit, and in turn feeding your mind, so that you can have your cup filled enough again. You can project that energy, which is the spirit of Christ, into this reality that you're living in. Remember, we're called to walk the way of Christ. And sometimes we have to check that box almost like every minute, every second of the day, to make sure that our minds is on point with that mentality when it comes to walking the way. Our hearts is on point with that mentality when it comes to walking the way. Our actions is on point with that mentality when it comes to walking the way. Because if you look at Christ, yeah, I remember him having a flare up in the market, but the overall energy of Christ was very humbling, very sweet, very kind, very gentle, very kind of compromising, understanding, very giving. And it was all about reciprocity in the face of adversary, in the face of cruelty, in the face of tough situation, in the face of drought, in the face of loss, in the face of less, in the face of having more. He was always trying to project the spirit of Christ, and that's what he was trying to teach us to do when he says, walk the way, follow me, walk with me. That was him teaching you to walk his way, so that you are acting in full alignment and the calling of what God has been trying to teach us, when he wants us to get to a place where we're so in tone with him that our spirit can ascend to him at the very end of it. So let's see what else we have for your East Tower, which talks about the security, the Hermit, basically you working alone for Libra. Guys, I wanted to start Bible study again today, but I got a message this morning after praying about it, and I was told to hold off for a little bit. So I'm going to hold off for a little bit longer. I won't start until Spirit tells me to start again. There's too much conflict, too much confusion, too much misinterpretation going on right now, and too much agitated energies for anyone to be very open to understanding the depth of so much of the contents and the words that he have given to us. And learning takes time. You don't learn it all in one day, 1 year, 1 month. Like, it takes time. Sometimes you don't even learn it all in one lifetime, which is why the cycle continues. So don't feel bad for not knowing certain things. Sometimes you learn something and then you forget, and then you have to learn it all over again. This is why Spirit says it's not good for us to be alone. You need someone who is equally yoked, who can remind you of the things that you already knew but forgot in times of weaknesses. Let's see. Okay, so you have kindness and happiness in reverse, security, harmony. So yeah, it's giving like, okay, Okay, Libra, it's giving this energy of like, it's almost like giving like this sense like you're starting to feel, not in the way like, oh, people are being cruel towards me, but you're starting to feel that energy as if it were your own. Like, okay, people's being cruel towards me now. I'm starting to feel like I don't want to be nice either. I don't want to be cool either. I'm gonna just whatever. I'm gonna do the same thing. I match energy up in this. Whatever. You get what I'm saying here? But you have to be careful of the energy that you're trying to match, because while you're matching energy, you have to remember to keep your frequency high in spirit, because you don't want to lose your soul in the process. So be careful of the energy that you're trying to match while you're trying to retain what is left inside of your spirit in order to keep yourself healthy in terms of your spiritual growth, your physical growth, and your mental growth. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have observation, a lot of ignoring some vulnerabilities when it comes to you taking charge on a spiritual sense. So be careful of that, because some things here does need to change in order for you to have peace, which is why you're up against these challenges here. Remember, you're being moved to another phase in your life. Let's look at the West Tower. Okay, so this fell on the challenge position. Oh, child. Okay, so definitely some things closing out. I do see that even though like spirit's trying to move you into a new position, like help guide you into this portal that he's opening up, with all these things falling away, that you need to practice in a sense letting go though. So this might be the lesson that you're going through in this phase, the lesson of letting go of attachments to this world, to this place, to people, places, and things that disconnect you from the guidance that God has for you in your life. At the bottom of the deck here, I have the soul. Yeah, because something might be draining you right now, might be depleting your soul, which is why, again, I bring you back to that hermit energy, that need to fill your own cup so you can take in more of the challenges, because the challenges are here to strengthen your spirit. Remember, it's like going to the gym. You work out your body using resistance, so you use the weights to kind of press on your muscles, so you have that resistance that you can push up against and strengthen it in turn. And the spirit has that type of resistance, but it looks differently. It looks like our everyday challenges when we're up against tough situations, tough people, tough things, anger, frustration, lust, fighting off these sinful things. That is the resistance that strengthens the spirit. And it's not always an easy task to go through. I mean, it's easier to talk about, but when you're going through it, it can really take its toll on you. And that's when you start to feel the weight. And that's when you have to push back with your spirit. And the more you do it, the easier the task becomes. But don't get me wrong, spirit will up the weight once you've reached a certain level, but you'll be more experienced and more capable of taking it on. All right, I'm gonna pull just a few, well, maybe 3 cards from here as your advice, and then I'm gonna leave it there for you guys. Hold on. Father, what messages do you have? Advice for Libra, please, Lord. Thank you. Okay, so the message I have for you, you have leap in reverse, hesitation, fear-based actions keeping you back from taking a leap of faith. It's okay. Let go. Leap first and trust that God will catch you. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for you. I hope this helps, guys. Thank you for watching and being a part of the channel. Make sure that you guys hit the like button, support the page, especially if you like the videos that I post here. And if you're a first-time viewer, guys, you can always hit the subscribe button. It's 100% free to become a member of the channel, and the bell notification if you want to be notified when I'm going live again. It'll send you your own special little ding to let you know that I'm on, okay? All right, thank you guys. Have a great day, and bye.